What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another podcast episode and/or interview. Today, we are joined by a man of many talents. He is a musician. He has been working on his marksman abilities as he goes to the gun range quite often. And what else do you do? One more thing.
I do Lethwei.
Okay. We're gonna get into
Yeah,
that. We're gonna get into that. Today, we're joined by Lucas. How are you today, man?
I'm good. How about you, man?
I'm good, man. Appreciate you being here with me. Um, so, what's new? How's life been? Give us the update. Floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, I mean, life's been pretty good so far. Just hanging out, chilling, going to college. So it's like going back to like class, home, a little bit of partying in there. So yeah.
All right. So speaking of college, I'm sure there's some students watching right now at the moment. So how was your semester?
I mean, it's been this is my like fourth semester here, so it's been pretty stressful. I take full time courses, so yeah. I
Yeah.
have a bit of math in there, so I mean everybody hates math.
I don't
But
like
it's too bad math is everywhere,
math.
right?
No,
Yeah.
it's definitely not everyone's
Mm-hmm.
forte. I'm not going to a math field, so I'm like, you know what? Let me just take the most simple math possible. But yeah. So now, speaking of college classes, when we were in speech class, you brought in your guitar.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you get into playing?
I mean, it was like I think I saw some videos on TikTok, and I was like, I could try this. So I asked my dad to buy me a guitar. I mean, it was like a whole lot of convincing, but I got one. I got a pretty shitty one, but it's fine. It's everyone's first sitting is shitty. So yeah, and I didn't have any. I didn't go to a class. I didn't have any teachers or stuff like that. I just looked up a random tutorial on YouTube and just started firing away.
Oh, was this? So this was during COVID then,
Yeah, it was.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
totally
yeah,
during
yeah.
COVID. Yeah, I was pretty bored.
Were you?
It's like one of the things that like you thought that you could never do, but you just end up doing it. Yeah,
Yeah. So you just ended up trying it, and you kind of just like it, and it
I
took
just
off from there.
I just stick it on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just sticked on like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, okay. So, how long did it take before you were comfortable enough to perform in front of many people, or anybody for that matter?
I mean that day, on the during the speech class, that was my actual first time.
That was your first time,
Yeah, in
really?
front of like playing more than like my parents, I guess I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty nerve wracking.
Have you ever performed in front of your friends, and if so, what have they said about it?
I mean, it was more like hangouts, so it
Yeah.
wasn't that serious of like as the speech class.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've like not performed, but like we sang together, so it was less serious than in the class.
Were you
Yeah.
were you nervous that day that you had to bring it in for speech?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What was that speech? Was that the final one where we had to show how to make or do something?
Yeah.
Or wait,
That
no,
was not the final one though. That
no,
was
no.
like the second to last one.
That was the third one because the final one we had in speech class was
Persuasive.
yeah, you had to like persuade someone in during an argument, and then
Yeah.
to provide some background for people, we should have started with that. We had speech class together. We had speech class together last fall, and good
That's where it all
times, man.
started?
That's where it all started.
That's where
Yeah,
it all started. Yeah.
I should get Professor Fama on here.
Shout out. Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah,
Professor
he's gonna
Fama.
come.
He would be a great guest.
Oh yeah.
He would be a
He's a
great
pretty
guest.
funny guy, yeah.
He has some interesting stories to always tell.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Now, with the guitar, are there any guitarists whose style or tone you want to emulate, or are you solely focused on creating your own unique style throughout your guitar journey?
I mean, no, like I started watching tutorials, and also I got like motivated by like you ever heard of John Mayer?
No.
I mean, he's a pretty good guitar player.
Is he on YouTube a lot?
Yeah, he's a musician.
He's a
He's
musician?
an artist. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And there's this one song. Man, I totally forgot about the name. I have it's called Neon by John Mayer.
Okay.
So it's like one of the hardest guitar songs that you can play. I could hardly play it right now if I'm being honest. But like that's the song that made me motivated to play.
Mhm.
And that guy John Mayer, he plays and sings at the same time. So that's what like makes me look motivated to start guitar. Yeah,
So would you say he's your inspiration,
yeah, I would say that.
even
Yeah.
to this day? Like when you started, yes, and now, yes, or
And
would you
now,
say you have different people
I
that
have
you?
different people now.
It varies. You go
Yeah,
through
it varies.
phases.
At first it was I played acoustic guitar.
Okay.
Then I started seeing, Slash, Guns N' Roses,
Yep.
David Gilmour, Pink Floyd.
Yep.
I started seeing them, so I bought a shitty electric guitar again, and I started, just trying to just get the 2 seconds of the solos from Guns N' Roses, and it just started like that. Yeah.
Where'd you buy it from? Why was the guitar so bad?
I mean, it wasn't like I don't want to drop some like serious cash on my first electric one, but now I have a pretty average one. I have an Epiphone right now, so yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
It's like just in case it turns out like I'm a pretty shitty guitar player, I could just throw it away and it still not be hurt
so
about it.
like it's like an at least you tried it kind of thing.
At least I
I
tried
did
kind of
break the
thing.
bank on it
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it is what it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's like no, it reminds me kind of like when I first started kicking a football. I was always a big baseball player, and then when I first started kicking a football, they told me because I would kick in baseball cleats and I would kick really crappy footballs. Every single time I would always like instead of hitting the ball, I would hit dirt like a foot away, like way more than I should have. And so they were like, "You need to buy the cleats. You need to buy the soccer cleats." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "No, I'm still deciding if I really want to do it or not yet." And then one day I was like, "All right, screw it. Let me just buy the soccer cleats. And if I end up still deciding if this is what I want to do or not, then I'm still deciding." But like, I bought them. You know what I mean? Kind of
That's
thing.
good. I didn't know you played baseball though.
Yeah, I played baseball for 11 years. When I was three, I played. When I was three, I started to play like t-ball, and then I would like vary with sports. So like I would kind of like, oh, I'm gonna try basketball. I'm gonna try this sport. I'm gonna try that sport. Whatever. But yeah, I was mainly a baseball kid, and then when I was 14, I kind of made. That's when I really started to make the transition over to football.
Football?
Because then um, I really started like kicking a football then, and then when I was 14, I was a freshman in high school, and then I was JV kicker, and then so they kind of just took off from
Jake's
there.
the flow guy, right?
The
That's
flow,
right.
bro,
Yeah.
flow. Yeah, man.
Man,
And
Jake,
then
Jake is like the football guy in the speech class. All you guys talk about is football.
we would talk about
Yeah.
football all the time.
Yeah, you and Professor Fama.
Professor-
And there's just one, like another guy in the back of the class. I don't know who he is though.
Oh, the big guy with the curly hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I honestly tried like looking up like. I tried looking him up. I'm not gonna lie on like the Valencia thing. So I was like, oh man, that dude was cool. Like I should have gotten like his IG or something. If you're watching, follow me. Follow us, man. We would love to hear from you. We
Spoiler
miss you.
alert! Spoiler alert! Next guest here.
Yeah, bro, he should be my next
Yeah.
guest. We miss you though. Whoever you are, we miss you. He's I think he's Angel's friend. Remember the skater dude in the back of
Yeah.
the class? Yeah. So I'm gonna see. We can see if we get in contact with
I
him.
remember his name.
I forget his name, but he was just like the
I saw
chillest
him
dude.
once. I think like last semester, and it was like, yeah, I've been taking just online classes that semester. I saw him in Building 11.
Did you?
The CUF building.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, he was so funny because remember, all right, so you remember the kid who sat next to me? Little story time, guys. Remember the kid who sat next to me, the Mikey, remember?
Mikey.
He always had the earrings. He had like earrings in all the time, and he would always have like
He always wears slides.
he would always
Oh,
wear
yeah,
slides.
there
Yeah.
you go.
So like we had remember that speech where he like showed how to make or do something. I remember when he went up there and he played tic-tac-toe, and then he was like, "This
He
is
lost?
yeah." He was like, "This is how you never lose at tic-tac-toe." And then that kid, the kid from the back of the class, he walked up there legit with like such like. Not a single F was given in the world. He walks up there, he beats him, and he crosses the line through, and he drops the marker, and he just like jetés back to his seat. I was like, oh my god, dude! It was so embarrassing. Like, you know how embarrassed I would be if I were Mikey.
I mean, it's still pretty entertaining though.
Oh, it was so entertaining, but I'd be so embarrassed, dude. I was like, oh my god. It was so funny though, but. That's like an all-time great Professor Famo speech class moment.
What'd you do for the speech? I think it's another football thing, right?
All of them. I tried to pick one that wasn't football, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stick to the script. So my first one was the intro speech where I told a little bit about my story, my journey, and stuff. The second one, what was our second speech? You had to show how to make or do something, right?
Yeah, that one.
And then third speech was, I remember the fourth one was the last one. It was what was it? It was persuasive, but then it was what I did was should NFL refs be full time, and my stance was yes.
Yeah.
So and then I showed like a video or whatever, and then what was the third one? That's killing me now. Do you remember?
I'm trying to think right now. Were there 4 speeches?
There were 4, yeah. So like I'm struggling with the third one.
There's introduction.
Oh, teach someone new.
No.
You had to teach someone something new because I taught someone how to I taught them how to catch a football.
That's the demonstration one.
We'll get back to it, but we had intro, we had persuasive, and then we had show how to make her do something. I don't know what the third one was.
Information speech. Right?
Yeah, you had to like
There was
inform them
yeah.
on something
Yeah,
like that. I
some
forget what I did for
information.
that one. Maybe I said I'm gonna inform you on how to catch a football. Something like I
Something
passed it
football
off.
related.
I passed
There
it
you go.
off somehow. Something sports related. I passed it off somehow. Now, I wanted to go ahead and start talking about your marksman abilities, how you're at the gun range a little bit often. Now, when did you start shooting at a gun range, and how did that interest come about?
I started shooting guns like a year. I was here in the United States. Yeah, but like I've ever been obsessed with guns though, because ever since I was young. Yeah.
So you started shooting then when you came to the United States?
Mhm.
Until
Yeah, because back in my country, you couldn't even have a firearm.
it's still like that today? That's still
Yeah,
the law?
it's still like that today. Yeah.
Really? And where are you? Tell us all where you're from.
I'm from Burma, Myanmar. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Southeast Asia.
Okay. Anyone? Do you think anyone's watching from back home that
Probably
you know of?
not.
Probably not.
not.
Do you still have people there though? Still have friends and family
Yeah.
and stuff?
Yeah. Still, yeah.
Did you travel there, or did they travel here for the holidays, or do you plan on making that travel? Or
No, I haven't seen them in almost 2 years, but like
Okay.
yeah, I think they'll be planning on come visit us
Okay.
next year. Yeah.
Have they been to America before?
No.
Really?
It's gonna be your first time.
This will be
yeah.
the first time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like
okay.
the only thing I think they haven't come here is just like my mom hates sitting in a plane because it was like almost 24 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to go back. Like, I mean, as much as I miss my country, but I don't want to make the plane ride home.
You're not a
Yeah.
plane person,
Yeah.
so maybe for like a couple hours it'd be fine.
Like even like I went to New York last year and I just couldn't wait to get out of the damn plane. 'Cause I just hate sitting in like somewhere for like too long.
But like they have movies and stuff. You didn't watch a movie?
My flight to New York, no.
It's like 2 hours to New York from here.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Bro. Like it's like there's nothing interesting on a plane. I'm just looking at random people. Yeah.
And how far is it from here to your home country, flight wise?
So
You have to make a stop. I'm sure
yeah,
I'm sure there's an indirect
it was
flight.
2 transits. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So from my country, we went to Bangkok, Thailand.
Okay. Yep.
Then we went to Dubai. The plane to Dubai was the most. It was the most advanced. Like it was the best flight I would say because there's actual TV screens. Yeah. And then from Dubai to MCO to Orlando.
So in total, well, actually, don't do the math right now. Just go from Dubai to here.
No. The whole is probably
whole?
almost 24 hours.
Almost 24?
Yeah, almost 24 hours. Yeah.
That is wild, dude. Oh my god.
And when I got here, I couldn't sleep for like a whole week. I wouldn't have a good sleep because of the jet lag.
Wait,
time difference.
Yeah. So what's the time difference in your home country?
I would say, I think it's 18 hours. So like now it's what time is it right now?
18 hours ahead or behind?
I honestly have no idea. Right now it would be pretty early in the morning for them. No.
So midnight.
Yeah, midnight probably. They're probably sleeping right now. Hold on, I could check the time for you right now.
That is crazy, dude.
It is 3:46 a.m. right there right now.
Oh, next day.
Next day.
Next
ahead.
day.
Yeah,
Ahead.
Yep.
So, wow, that is crazy, dude. Oh my god. You must have been exhausted.
Oh yeah.
Cool, cuz I went to Spain. I've been to Hawaii's still in the country, but I went out of the country. Was my only time was going to Spain, and we flew 8 or 9 to Frankfurt, Germany, and then we flew about 2 to where did we go first? Lisbon. We went to Lisbon.
Where's Lisbon? Is it in Africa or something?
No, Lisbon, Portugal.
Oh, I'm pretty bad. at
You're not a
geography.
geography
hell no.
guy.
Yeah.
So we went there, and all in all, it was like maybe 11, 12 hours, but like it felt like 36 just because of the time difference. It was crazy. Yeah, I know.
Are you a plane guy or did you enjoy the flight?
I enjoyed it to an extent because I had people to talk to, and I had like movies to watch and games and stuff like that. And then there was like you could hang out in the back of the plane to like get beverages and stuff. But there comes a point where you're like, all right, land the plane.
Yeah.
There comes a point
yeah.
where you're like, land the plane, let me get out. Like it's enough already. But honestly, I would prefer plane rides over
Car rides?
I prefer plane rides over road trips.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Because road trips,
I don't know, man. Just too much.
I think just in a smaller space in the plane. That's
yeah,
probably my reason for me right now,
probably, yeah. Now, what type of guns do you typically shoot?
I mean, I go to the range, so it's basically whatever guns they have to offer, basically all the way up from rifles to shotgun. I've shot a shotgun but once before, yeah, actually twice. I've shot the shotgun twice. It was pretty gnarly, man. So like shooting the shotgun, it was crazy because when I told him like give me the shotgun, I wanted to shoot it. I was like, okay. It's like whatever happens, just make sure you have the butt of the weapon and right against your shoulder, and you gotta curve the shoulder in so you don't end up with the bruise next day. I was like, damn. It's like, now do I really want to shoot a shotgun or not? It's like, have you ever shot a gun before or
I've never
no?
shot a gun. No, I'm interested. I would definitely go shoot a gun.
Yeah, because it's pretty interesting because shotgun, it has a pretty bad recoil,
Yeah,
pretty badass recoil. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and I still end up with the bruise next day. I don't know what happened though. Probably didn't curve the shoulder like he said.
Dude, you should watch a guy on YouTube. I'm fascinated like with his videos. It's called
The
Yee Life. Yeah,
E life.
yeah. So YEE Life is the company's name, and they just shoot things every day. So like he'll be like, all right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to whatever. Like he'll have a
Mm-hmm.
thing called 12 gauge Tuesdays where he'll like be like, today we're gonna shoot this, and like he
He
shot
shots
like
like the
everything.
most randomest things, or
Yeah, like he shot a turkey since we just had Thanksgiving. Like he shot a turkey and he'll be like, all right, we're gonna see like if a turkey can stop a shotgun slug or a whatever, and he'll put like
whatever.
different
Like pull it.
he'll
Yeah,
put different bullets in, use different guns, and he shoots it, and like it's so fascinating. But like I'll just watch the shorts and it'll be like, welcome back to 12 gauge Tuesdays. I'm like, yes, like it's so stupid, but like I love it. He's good at it too.
yeah.
So yeah. Now, please explain
Mm-hmm.
the image of you in front of the truck outside of Taco Bell. That was fire picture. You look like a true patriot there, dude.
Yeah, nah,
You look
exactly.
like
Cause,
America.
cause like
Yeah.
I actually wanted to be a soldier when I was little. But like, and I told my dad that, I told my dad, like, it's like, my dad was like, I mean, of course, every dad would be like, yo, like, son, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was like, I want to be a soldier, dad.
Ever
I
since
mean,
you were
like,
little?
ever since I was little. And his dad, like, his face changed. And that night, I remember he brought a CD, because he brought a CD, and it was a movie. You know the movie, I mean, We Were Soldiers?
No, I just got into one called The Patriot.
Patriot?
I think it's called The Patriot, yeah. But yeah, no, continue. I need
I
to
mean,
start
yeah.
watching these
He,
patriotic
he
films.
brought
They're
he
cool.
brought nah he brought that movie home, and I think it was around World War II or something. It
Yeah.
just shows like a bunch of soldiers like getting cut off by their legs,
Ooh.
like IEDs and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So like, yeah, ever since that day, I mean, I still want to be a soldier to this day, but like, yeah, that's one of the things holding me back.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I
Just
mean,
seeing how
he
it
tried
is.
to get me off course, like change courses. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but like that picture, yeah, that picture was, I was hanging out with a bunch of my friends, right? And once actually an army, he's in the army, he's a National Guard,
Oh wow, okay.
and he actually had his plate carrier in the back of his truck. So yeah, he came over to hang out, and I was like, "Yo, can I try that plate carrier on just to see how it looks like on me?" Because like I've never actually wear like a plate carrier,
Mhm.
like standard issue type, and I was geeking out, and I couldn't stop smiling. I was like, "My dream came true!" Like, little kid, like a little kid with me would be happy.
So
Yeah.
you're a liar then. You didn't find it in a random parking spot. It was your friends, right?
Oh no, the plate carrier, the vest, it is, it is it is his.
Oh, it's his?
But the truck is a different story. And then we got hungry and we are like, let's go to Taco Bell. He was like, let's go to Taco Bell. We went to Taco Bell. And then when we started pulling out, he was like, yo, look at this truck. It's still there if you go there. And it's just a truck in camo, and there's the USA flag on
Yeah.
the windscreen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when I saw like it would be pretty badass. Let me put the plate carrier back on and just take a photo
Oh
of
my
me.
god.
Yeah.
It was actually a cool photo though. Like
Yeah,
I
it was
remember
pretty
scrolling through
cool.
my Instagram. I was like, dang, like
Yeah.
that's a fire photo. Now, there's probably some kids tuning in right now, and regardless of age, what are some safety tips you can give us regarding proper and safe firearm use?
I mean, in here, firearm safety is a pretty serious thing.
Mhm.
But I think every parent here who owns firearms or like who shoots normally, they would have the responsibility to teach their kids firearm safety.
Yeah.
And I know that like most of them, they do a pretty good job here. Like I've seen a bunch of parents shooting their kids at the shooting range, so they've been doing a pretty good
You mean
job.
shooting with their kids?
Yeah, shooting with their kids.
That came out
Shooting their
so
kids.
bad.
Shooting with their kids. That was my bad. All right, so like the number one thing would be just keep the finger out the trigger until you're like actually trying to shoot. So keep your pointer finger out the trigger. Only when you have your gun on range and you see what you actually want to shoot, you put your finger on the trigger. And the second thing is don't point it at anything that you're like willing to destroy, shoot or destroy. That's the second thing. And another thing is to treat every gun as if it's loaded.
Yeah.
So basically, any even if it's a toy gun, you just have to have that practice to treat that gun if it's loaded, because you never know. Like there could be a bullet in the chamber.
Right.
You know that could be loaded or unloaded. Anything. So anything can happen. Yeah.
Appreciate the tips.
Mhm.
No people out there will appreciate it, so thank you. Now let's talk about what's it called? It's not jujitsu.
It's called Lethwei.
Okay, Lethwei. So when did you start Lethwei, and what's the most challenging aspect of Lethwei?
I think I started Lethwei 2 years ago, and for most of you all who don't know it, probably all of you
Yeah.
watching
Please tell us what it
won't
is.
know it. So I'm pretty sure you've probably heard of Muay Thai before.
Yeah.
That's from Thailand. So they call Muay Thai the art of 8 limbs.
Okay.
Why do they call it? Because you're using 2 shins, 2 knees, 2 elbows, and your 2 fists, right? But for Lethwei, it's actually called the art of 9 limbs. So the thing that's actually included is your head. So in our martial arts, you could actually headbutt people. And another crazy thing is we don't actually use gloves. We just wrap how to say it, gauze, like the white stuff you put on injuries.
Yeah.
You just wrap gauze around your hands and put electrical tape behind it, and you just start fighting away.
Bro, no one wins with a headbutt. No one wins. No, like that hurts so bad.
I mean, yeah. I've actually seen a.
That has to hurt so bad. Headbutts are just terrible.
Oh yeah, it is a pretty gnarly thing.
Oh no! It reminds me of, you ever seen the movie Paul Blart Mall Cop? You know the scene where he goes, "No one wins with a headbutt." Yeah.
Nobody wins with a headbutt.
Yeah.
Or have you seen which one is? I think it's Spy Kids 3 where they're on an island.
I've never seen Spy Kids.
Oh, you never
3.
seen Spy Kids?
Yeah.
There's a scene where they both headbutt each other and they both go to the ground, and then because like they're trying to like. They're, two sides are fighting over whatever. I think it was like the trans smoker device is what it's called in the movie. And they're both like, yeah, kick his butt. They both kick each other's butt. And then they both like headbutt each other. They all go to the ground. Like no one's winning. So that's what it reminds me of. But
I mean, yeah, headbutting. I mean, most people won't do it because it actually hurts their head also.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a pretty guaranteed knockout for sure if you hit somebody in the right spot. With the headbutt, yeah.
Yeah. So now for me with punting a football, there's a lot of technique involved, and a lot of it is also a mental thing. So that leads me to ask you, how much does a strong mentality make a really big difference in Lethwei?
In Lethwei? Oh yeah, definitely, because if you're going out, I mean, to be honest, I have never gone on a fight before because I'm not trying to risk the no gloves headbutt thing. But having a strong mentality is important because, I mean, you must think. Like I've asked like a couple fighters. It's like what do you think in your mind before actually getting to the ring? He's trying to win he's trying to win. So is that mentality? If you think if you have some sort of fearness in your mind and you go in the ring like that, I mean, it's
over.
It's over for you. Because that
you're
guy's trying to kill you.
Well, because you're manifesting negative energy. You're thinking like, oh, I'm screwed, blah blah blah, instead of just like, calming your mind.
It's like what my dad always told me. It's like don't lose your arrows before the war starts. It's like
that's a good one.
Yeah, it's actually a saying in our country, but I just translated it in English. It's like because I had that one exam and I was like, I'm not ready. I don't think I'm gonna pass. And he was like, yeah, you already lost. You already lost your arrows before the war happens.
That's good, dude.
Yeah.
Don't lose your arrows before the war starts. That honestly could apply to anything in life, though, because like you walk into something, you're not confident at job interview, sports game, chess match. I don't know what spelling bee, whatever, however you want to put it, whatever it is. Don't lose your arrows before the war starts. That is so good, dude.
Yeah.
Kudos to your dad, man. Shout out to your dad. Give a shout out to your dad right now.
Shout out to my dad right now.
Shout out to his dad.
I'll show you like probably show you when the video comes up on Instagram. Yeah.
That's really good, dude. I like that a lot. So you fight solo though, correct?
I fight what?
Solo, like you don't fight against someone. You train solo.
I just train it as a hobby.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I
okay.
just train it as a hobby, and then the gym I actually go to in my country, they start telling me like, how about you just hold pads for somebody just for fun, and I just started holding pads, like pads where people hit. So I went more into training like holding pads for somebody else than actually training myself. Yeah.
Okay.
So I actually have fun teaching other people like introducing them to the martial arts and
Introducing them
stuff.
to the
Yeah.
art of it.
Mhm.
Yep. And now, final question I would like to ask you before we wrap this thing up. If you have any in mind, what goals are you looking to accomplish in the future, and what makes these goals significant and important to you? It could be anything. It could be something small too, even.
I need a second to think about that.
No, you're good.
So, like, what was your question again? Like my goal?
Yeah, like so. If you have any in mind, what goals are you looking to accomplish in the future, and what makes these goals significant and important to you?
I mean, right now it would just be education because I mean that's why I came here for the first place. Yeah, my goal is to just finish college, go to UCF, and why is that so important to me? Because that's why I came here. Because that's why my parents sent me.
And what are you looking to study at UCF?
I'm trying to study mechanical engineering in UCF.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice, dude. And then when will you be there? Like when will you? Because you're right now. You're what? Your associate's degree? Is that what you're doing
Yeah.
at? Okay,
Hopefully
so
around in UCF, you mean? Or
no, like so you're getting your associate's degree at Valencia, I
Uh-huh.
assume right now. When will you have that completed? And then
Go to
when
UCF?
will you be at UCF? Yeah,
I'll probably hopefully be in UCF around somewhere around next year.
next
So
year.
yeah, that's gonna be pretty soon. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Well, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Happy holidays to everybody out there. Hope everybody had a very happy Thanksgiving. Hope you got everything you wanted for Black Friday and more. And if you didn't, hope you got it for Cyber Monday. Appreciate you guys. See you next time.